You know how men have their issues, right? But they female and they be stronghold and trying to be all controlling and the aggressor and the masculine one and shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now peep this. Watch here's the twist. Why is it that when a female deals with that with her man, leaves the relationship ends, right? And they go with a female, they act the total opposite. And let the woman be the masculine one.
What was crazy is they gonna hurt them more because of the emotional connection they have. They gonna open up more to that female.
That's not what I'm getting towards though. Like, why is it when a woman has such a problem controlling themselves with a man because he's being a man, but you leave this nigga to go with a bitch for her to just act like a man, and then somehow in your head you submit?
That's wrong.
Huh?
That's how upside down the world is.
Like, that don't make no fucking sense.
It's like a masculinity tug of war.
You don't see niggas. If a nigga was gay already, he was in a relationship or whatever, you don't see a nigga leaving his wife and then go being with this masculine, this masculine man. Like, I don't see them be with you feel me? Like, because they're a girl. You feel me? They want to. You feel me? But you would think, as a woman being a masculine person in the relationship, leaving this man and saying, I'm done with niggas, I'm gonna go fucking date a bitch. But for you to date a bitch that's masculine, like that, like this nigga is crazy, because you would think you would go for a little feminine. But you really the feminine.
That's big awful.
And then the only I wish we could talk about this, because on the real life, I feel like the real reason why they did that is because this bitch can hit you without caution.
Right.
This bitch will
actually be an even fight.
It'll be an even fight case wise and all that. It won't be no slam dunk.
Right.
With a man, you could cry, well, this, that, this, manipulate the whole situation and all this extra shit. But when it's a girl, you gotta submit to this bitch, because she gonna really knock your ass out, because she not only got a masculine side of her and mentality as a man, but she a female and beat the fuck out of you without no repercussions.
But yeah, we are now.
That shit is not long to stop. Are you dead ass? Oh shit!
You are locked in from the Mozzie Men Podcast with your boy Philly Taz.
Still the boy Q. One and only.
Yeah. And we're gonna start this off
with our
kids and adults and in between.
Don't
do not do drugs. But we're gonna start this off with this classic Jones cream soda.
And we would like to say
cane sugar soda.
We are very healthy people and love coconut water and smoothies. Alright. But once in a while, a treat is okay. And this is one of my favorite treats that I'm sharing with Ink and everyone else. If you don't know about it, called Jones Cream Soda. Okay? Jones Cane Sugar Cream Soda. This is very hard to find where we're at. And it may be easier to find where you're at. It's the best cream soda in my discretion. And it's very delicious. It's not too strong. It's very light and vanilla. It's good stuff. How about this? We're going to open it right now. And Mr. Bottle opener over there is relaxing with the twist out, but it's okay. And let that smoke go out. Cheers.
Spun vanilla too.
That is a true treat. It is very smooth and subtle. It's not really sugary.
That Caribbean cream soda. Since '96, that's when they've been independent. The Jones family. Shout out to the Jones family.
Shout out. But look at this image on the bottom. Like, speaks so many volumes. Like, what would you think when you see that horse in the middle of the damn room? But yeah.
Oh, I got a white rose.
Oh,
because I'm looking.
I didn't even know that. But yeah, so this is mine on my bottle.
And this is mine.
And that's his.
And man,
so, tell us what you think about the images. On that note, try it.
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
Seem like things ain't the same from back in the day to now and stuff, you know.
Back in the day when I was young.
You know, even celebrities, you know, I want to open this up talking about Martin Lawrence. You know, I just seen his celebration for the 60th birthday. And for some reason, it don't seem like Martin was Martin enough for me, you know. It seemed like he was... a whole different person, like the energy, the hyper.
Do you feel like?
Because I agree, I'll say the age.
I agree. But do you feel like? Because I've been thinking this before his birthday came up. What do you think in that new movie? Not new movie, but the movie Bad Movies.
I would say
that shit was a very twisty movie. And I feel like it zoned more in for some reason. Like, I don't know if you guys agree, but tell me why other Bad Boys movies kind of revolved around Will Smith. It was revolved around Will Smith.
Yeah.
This one, it was revolved around him.
Yeah, even on the opening.
So, yeah, he had them. Yeah, it was on him. So, I might be wrong, but what do y'all think on this idea that he maybe, you know, don't do something more than we think, you know, maybe health-wise or mentally?
Something ain't right.
But yeah, I find that very odd.
That ain't the same Martin.
Yeah.
You know, and then they shoot another Bad Boys, they definitely have to shoot a lot of stunt doubles.
Yeah, he was helping the puffin'.
And he was barely walking.
Yeah,
and he had this whole little.
I see why. Tell me why.
To the whole. Yeah, man, you know how Martin used to do his thing. He don't even do that no more. He just stick there.
Tell me why that's probably the real reason why you have that whole scene and it made it about him.
What year is it?
It's Tuesday. Same year your ass was wobbling in.
Oh, wow. Felt like it was 5 years.
Because of his health thing. And they were like, you know, we're going to do this for you, Martin.
But they should have done that at the end of the movie.
Not that makes sense. Because then if you put it at the end of the movie, you feel me? Then there's no room for him to, you know, be alive and come back.
So maybe the next one he going to be like on some behind the desk because he old.
I think the next one it would be smarter if they had a new cops.
Yeah.
And they were kind of like, you know, they were like honored so highly that they were like, you know, we got to go to the Bad Boys, you know, kind of thing.
Boss got killed or something like
exactly.
That.
So I feel like Will Smith can step up.
Chiefs and the sergeant and all
and then, you know, that Martin probably be his best child, you know, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, that's our thoughts on that. Tell us what you think, and
YG. Let's bring his situation up. He got a song he just released called 2004, where he was talking about when he was young.
Can I tell you about that?
Yeah, he told me about that. Go check it out. When he was young, he got, you know, the R word by a woman twice his age. And,
when I was young, I got raped by a bitch twice my age. Picked me up from school, took me to hers and got laid. Ever since that day, I never looked at shit the same.
I think in them type of communities, black communities, minority communities, that probably happen a lot in the households or whatever, when parents letting other people watch their kids, whatever the case is and stuff like that. Because you know you say as a family member, you listen like older woman.
personally, I feel like it's not fair for anyone to judge anybody because at the end of the day, no matter what you watch on news, let's be real. Let's be really real. You've heard stories from all races, all cultures, from families buying a prostitute for their sons, from letting their daughters do certain sexual acts at younger ages.
Everything.
You cannot tell me. You can judge, but like, what sense does that make? Because we realize in today's time that there is very different ways in different people, race aspects
and everything.
and who knows what he went through for him to allow that or get into that kind of situation, because we don't know what led up to that.
Yeah.
He was young. He probably could have definitely gave a lot of signs. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying the perspective of the other side and an idea of what the full story can be. But, it sucks though.
Yeah.
You feel me? For a man to have to come out, they must have traumatized them to a certain degree.
It was a shock, I know, to the music industry where he even got Kanye talking about his situation with his song called Cousins, or Cousin. And he talks about some crazy things. I ain't even gonna talk about it, but
Hanging with my cousin, reading dirty magazines. We seen two niggas kiss and we ain't know what that shit mean. Then we start reenacting everything that we had seen. That's when I gave my cousin.
We just know Kanye going through it.
the song, it was very out the blue and left-handed. It was like, boom. I don't know where that came from, but I don't know if it was like a algorithm reach grab thing, like, oh, well, be comfortable talking about it, talking about my thing. I don't know where, but he been talking about a lot of stuff.
So what's up with the timing though? Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like, the timing is crazy. Back
and that's bold, bro.
yeah.
Like, you didn't do nothing back.
he said he was 14 or whatever. Then he went on talking about how to praise Drake with the UMG versus that whole lawsuit or whatever the case is, him versus UMG.
Hey, speaking of, as far as rep wise, as holding up the tone in the rap world right now, sorry Drake, Kendrick got it. He just had his concert, bro. Made out $1 million doing concert.
I understand that, but Drake is actually on tour right now. And that song, low key, I'm telling you,
Not only
that thing is doing numbers.
personally, you overhyping the song, but anyway, we're gonna move on to the next person.
Numbers. But Durk possibly getting bond, his lawyer talking about he trying to get bail based off of that.
You said Durk?
Yeah, little Durk. He trying to get bond. He trying. Yeah. It might happen depending on how they present their whole thing to the judge. I don't know, but that's going to be definitely a big surprise. Same thing with Y&W Melly.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be getting a bond and stuff, and he been sick for a minute, like off the allegedly murder of his friends, whatever the case is.
And they have no evidence, so except for
Some
some.
was following it. Y'all was following the case, whatever. But yeah, it's
Man,
like,
they got a song. They don't got no evidence.
yeah, a lot of people go off songs and stuff like that.
I mean, that's cool. You can speak about somebody else's story. That don't necessarily mean, and that's not snitching, by the way. Because you're not naming nobody. You just telling the story.
Yeah.
If that's the case, the story wouldn't be a story. Like, whether it's present, past, it don't matter. Like, life makes sense on faces, it ain't no case.
He's been dropping songs back to back talking about murders. Like, that don't mean he did it.
He could have just rapped about it like, cause it rhymed. There's, how many kids rap about some shit and sound dangerous and ruthless and shit.
Yeah.
They never done none of that, so it's not hard to do. So
True.
you got that lyrical power. You've been around a whole bunch of dudes that already lived that life. It would be 1, 2, 3.
Hey, it could have been a Tory Lanez move.
Now, it could have been a coincidental thing that I'm just saying, like, life is crazy, man. It's coincidental shit. Like, you know how you try to find somebody or you meet up with somebody and that person literally just left and you be like, nigga, I was just here. Nigga, no, nigga, I was just there. And it's that little fraction of a 0.5 second that you literally just hit that corner. It's possible. So I'm saying, like, shit weird happens in the world, man. And then if you live life and not that old, then you live life, man, you know what I'm talking about. So
if he get out, that's a W. If he get denied, that's a crazy L because he been sitting for a long time.
Either way, he'll still get trial. So I'm just like, it's not a huge L.
Yeah.
I don't really consider it as an L. I mean, like, I feel like it'll be better. It's gonna sound probably a little off, but I feel like it would be better if he stayed in there, only because you gotta think he's still going through trial. So there's a chance. Yeah, there's a chance. You feel me?
Yeah. I think but then like 7 years or something.
Yeah, there's a chance. Like boom, boom, boom.
You get to get in 10 years, bro.
And then you only gotta do like a year left. I'm just saying.
Do time served and then come out on probation or something like that.
And then on the flip, on a bad note, he could lose that trial. So imagine how mindfuck he'd be being free. And then you gotta go right back.
Like 10K.
Yeah.
You beat one trial, but then you
gotta go right back.
guilty for another
That's just dumbass part.
another charge. You know, fucking Shannon Sharp.
Yep.
He another one that's going through a sticky situation. He got a R word case. I think it's a money grab, you know, based off of the situation, you know, how it's lined up, you know, but he should have seen it coming because he out there in the age and you got some of these young girls, they know you just got this $50 million contract. It's like, okay, easy lineup. That's what I think. Easy lineup.
I feel like the colored community in the entertainment world is being attacked.
Yeah. Especially
all can deny it all.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Public mouth
It's facts. I don't see Justin Timberlake up there. I don't see it just shows how much talent we have.
Trying to be a fish too.
Yeah, I don't see no one up there.
You're talking about now he unfit for a trial, so they gonna throw that out. And he got caught in sex trafficking and everything like that. You know, it's crazy.
Find it odd.
Yeah, very, very. You know,
but let's just put it out there as it's all peace and love on this side.
yes, we just want to
Pointing out factors and pointers.
do some hot topics and
Open your brain a little bit, you know, picking you left and right, up and down, and that is yours, alright? Your decision ultimately. But
we signing off. Philly Taz. Your boy.
Star Boy Q. I have to take it.
Shout out Jones. Baby.
It's good. Y'all gotta try it. Alright. Try it.
Subscribe to the channel.
Get up.
Like.
Go to the store.
You know what I mean?
The video is over. Go.
Do something.
It's waiting there.
What's out?